This is going to be super important for the future, which is AI. And AI agents, you probably heard a lot about them, are going to replace a lot of the tasks that we do. In the next 5 years, AI agents will become way more popular. And the reason why is because they are super powerful at making us more efficient at the work that we already do. It is important to understand why they are a big deal and how they are built, the components they have. Every AI agent must have these 5 things. We're going to go over that in this video today. So first, we should probably ask the question, what is an AI agent? An AI agent, very simply, is like a digital worker that can actually complete tasks in the real world, like sending an email, posting to Instagram, sending a text, managing your calendar, giving advice about your girlfriend. Let's get into it. The first thing that every AI agent needs is a brain. The brain is the LLM model, and there are many out there. Large language model. This is core to the agent and enables the reasoning and ability for the computer to understand the human through natural language conversation. Like this language I'm speaking right now, English, can be now translated to AI, which is a really big game changer. So we have many examples that could be the engine. We can do that through APIs, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or Grok, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and xAI that are pioneering and building some of the best LLMs in the world right now, and they are the brain of our AI agents. You can switch them in and out, and you can understand that some of the LLMs have different tone and understanding because of the data that they were trained on. Second, number 2 is memory, context awareness. This is so important, right? So if you said, can you rate me an essay? 500 words. And then it outputs something. Then you read it and you say, okay, I want it a little bit more professional and use these resources. So you write a second prompt and you say, okay, that's very good, but use this resource, and you give it the resource. Because it has memory, it understands what was said before and attaches that to what's been said to continue the conversation. But if you were to use a new chat and just say, that's pretty good, but make sure to use this source, it would be like, what are you talking about? Has no idea. So memory is very important. And these are built into a lot of the LLMs now. So there's many ways that we can implement knowledge, a session-based storage, or other softwares like Airtable. These allow for a better experience and the ability to understand how you interact with your digital worker and become more efficient yourself. The third thing is a prompt. This is the instructions that you give the LLM. This is really critical for defining who the agent is, in what context it is in, the task that it's made to complete. In here, you can get very specific about the tone and the objective of the agent. Prompts should be in Markdown format. Let's go over what Markdown format looks like and what a good prompt to follow is. So we'll exit out of here and we'll move over here. So take a look at this prompt. Right here, you have a hashtag. This is Markdown. In Python, when you put a hashtag, it's a little mark that tells the computer to not look at that and disregard it. Or if you're trying to tell other coders that are about to add to the code behind you, you can use Markdown like this. OpenAI uses this format to train its model. So we're going to use it too. Using Markdown can help us engineer better prompts. The larger the prompt is, the more tokens and processing power it's going to need. But if it's too short, it won't have enough context. So it's about balancing the right amount of words and getting as much information as you can into the right and most carefully selected words for the agent to perform at its best. So let's go back to the presentation. By the way, this presentation was made with AI through a voice prompt that I made. Okay, so let's move on to the fourth. That is tools. This can be done through APIs or system access. These are the arms and legs of your agent. So this is what allows it to actually perform tasks. An LLM by itself cannot send a Gmail. But if you gave it a Gmail access, through the API, it can then send the email. APIs are basically ways to connect different platforms and give agents the ability to actually act on things. So that could be your Gmail, it could be managing your calendar. You could send data to a webhook on make.com and then use that data in any way you'd like with an automation that you build on Make or Zapier or N8N. This is when your agent comes from a smart agent to a useful agent, something that can actually do things for you and save you time. The last thing it needs is a knowledge base. These can either be static or dynamic. The difference is static stays the same and dynamic can change over time, which can be very powerful. So these supplement the LLM's already limited training. So basically the training of the LLM has so much data, but we can add on top of that specific data and knowledge that we want to add to the ability of the agent. So if you have a business and you want the agent to be specific to your business, you can give it a PDF or a Google Drive of all this very relevant information for your business. Say we were building an AI agent for a restaurant. We could put the menu on there. We could put the ethos of the business and how the agent should act to really give the same customer experience that the customer expects when they go to that restaurant. They could be huge PDFs and they can come in multiple formats like a Notion page or a product manual. In recap, we have 5 things that the agent always needs: a brain, which is the LLM, a memory, which is the ability to recall what's been said before, a prompt, which needs to be engineered at the best of your ability to get the best results, the tools, which are through APIs, and the knowledge base, which is data that you gather to give the agent the best performance possible. Exciting stuff. So if you want templates or build your first AI agent, you can comment below or message me. It's that simple. And I will send you or personally give you some of the advice to build your first AI agent and start saving yourself time. AI agents, I will never go back to not having them, okay? They are so incredible that I can't even express it in this video. They have changed my life in a major way. I am officially more productive person because of them. And I really would love to help other people build AI agents for themselves, because you are the person that understands your workflow and the things you need to get done the most. And building AI agents custom to that process is something you can do with the knowledge. It's all out there. Go on YouTube and find what you need to build these AI agents for yourself and become a more productive and efficient human being. We will go to Relevance AI. So you search up Relevance AI. If you don't have an account, you should make one. This is one of my favorite platforms of all time. This is where I build most of my AI agents that are working for me right now, and they are incredible. So if we were to go to Big Bertha, my master agent who gets everything done for me, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go to all tasks and hit new task. Can you please give me a breakdown on the best practices for nutrition to be the healthiest person possible? So we send this to Big Bertha, and Big Bertha will start working on the task. You can see that it's running here and it will use a certain amount of credits, and it's starting to write using Grok 4. I built a tool that calls on the Grok 4 API for the agent to use. Grok 4 is one of the best LLMs to search the web and use RAG, and it is really mind-blowing. All right, looks like it put it into a 6-section body. Okay, so remember we talked about memory and the importance of it. So if we were to go to new task and we would say, hey, could you make that list 3 instead of 6? Remember, this is the new task and this is the one right here. It says it seems to be an issue processing a request. What list do you want to modify? What are you talking about? If I went back to this session where the agent has memory of what it's just said, I can say the same thing. Hey, can you make that list 3 sections instead of 6? And there we have it. 3 sections instead of 6. So you can see why memory is so important. A couple other things that I can show you here in the agents, right? We have Big Bertha here. you can pick the brain. You can use GPT, Claude, and these are all through your API, right? You can power the agent and give it a different brain. Now, we're going to go to tools. You can see that Big Bertha has tools here. It's got a CSV maker, Grok 4, the response tool. These are all tools that I've built here in Relevance. And then I've used the mapping feature to map the tool into the prompt, right? And then you have the prompt itself, which I didn't really follow my own advice here. So I should have this in Markdown. Then you have the tools over here. For instance, the auto poster. What this tool does is it takes a URL of my YouTube videos and then it sends it to this webhook on make.com, and make.com posts it to X, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Reddit all at once. And here is the knowledge base. This is where I can give it a knowledge base to perform tasks like I want. Right here, prompt, tools, and knowledge base, those are 3 of the 5 that it needs. Then the brain right here, 4. And then finally, the memory, which we went over just a minute ago. Just go out there and start building, having fun with it, and save yourself time and make yourself better at what you do already and what you love. Much love to you.